Alright, so in this lecture, we're going to talk about user interface settings and how you can change them in order to make your workflow go a little bit more smooth. Now, there's literally hundreds of options and different things you could do, so we're not going to really go over them. I just want you to be aware that they're there and that you can change them. Okay. Now, depending on if you're using Procreate, Photoshop, Krita, Corel Paint, or whatever it is that your preferred program is, they're all going to have some sort of user interface settings. And the best way to really go about it is just going to be to experiment, right? You can always look in the help bar on most programs and it will help give you some ideas of what you can change. But I'm just going to show you a few examples here on Procreate. So if I click up here, there's this little wrench icon. If I click on that, it's going to give me this menu here, and if I go to preferences, you can see there's a whole entire list of things I can change, right? It includes the interface, if I want the interface to be dark or light in the background, whether or not I want it to be oriented for left-handed or right-handed people. For me, I'm left-handed, so it's really useful to be able to move the commonly used tools to the right side of the screen because that's what's more efficient for me, right? You can turn whether or not it shows a brush cursor on and off. You can choose how long it takes for the stylus to pick up that you're wanting to do a quick line or a color picker, right? All things like that. You can edit the pressure curve, and these are things you can do in other programs as well. In Photoshop, for example, you can change your entire layout of where all your tools are on the screen. So if the style that you painted requires you to use the ink dropper tool a lot, you can either change it to be a hotkey or you could put it somewhere on the screen that's more efficient. Especially if you're working on a computer, it's going to be really valuable to you to figure out what tools you use the most and assign a hotkey to them. That way you can just push a key on your keyboard and it will bring up that tool. And it's going to save you a lot of time. So once again, we're not going to go over all of them. There's infinite, right? Depending on what you're painting, you're going to want different things and different things set up different ways. I just want you to be aware of it. Before you start getting into things, or maybe even after a little bit and you get an idea of what you like or what you use the most, maybe work your settings around so that you can get something a little bit more efficient for you, because it's going to save you a lot of time in the long run from having to go back and switch between tools or activate different things if you have it set up to the way that you paint. So keep that in mind. That's it for this lecture, and I'll see you guys in the next one.